we can do this. They may be black and blessed with extraordinary hip-hop ability, but I'm black too. What? From the waist down. What?
I'm Duncan Albright. Tonight I'm sitting down with Mara Nix, CEO of Secronom Incorporated, to talk about the latest advancements in medical technology. Mara, how are you this evening?
Excellent, thank you.
That's good to hear. Now, you've been head of Secronom for nearly 2 decades, and during that time you've released the N2 and N3 viruses into the market.
That's right.
Were you at all worried about how they would perform in the market? Usually people take medication to get rid of a virus, not catch one.
People fear what they don't understand. It's true that virus is sort of a dirty word in the medical community, and that could have held us back. Fortunately, we were able to run a very successful PR campaign focusing on the benefits of these viruses and won the public over.
And yet, despite your efforts, there are still holdouts who suggest those who use your viruses as treatments are only making themselves more ill.
I understand their concerns, but the way the viruses work are very simple. Viruses that make us sick target parts of our bodies and attack them, leaving us feeling ill. The N2 and N3 instead focus on attacking invasive material, much like the body's natural immune response system. If it helps these so-called holdouts, perhaps we can think of these viruses as booster shots for the immune system.
You recently announced that the N4 virus is nearing its trial period. What can we expect from this new treatment?
While I don't want to promise too much, it is our hope that the N4 virus will be able to make cancer a thing of the past.
Are you saying it can prevent cancer?
Not prevent, yet, but eliminate, yes. In lab tests, the N4 has been able to successfully eliminate every type of cancer we've tested.
And you anticipate that this miracle cure will be available by the end of the year?
If all goes according to plan, yes. I'm quite optimistic about this new virus. I think I speak for everyone at Secronom when I say I think it has the potential to change the world.
If you're hearing this, my name is Fiona Sharp, and I don't know how long I've got now. I volunteered with a scouting party near Albandale, and now I don't know where I am. Somewhere near there, I hope. I'm supposed to but there's something out here with me. Something big. I'm not entirely sure it's even human, or at least it's pretty far gone now. Christ, why did these infected have to start mutating? Sorry, it's just the blasted things are getting smarter all the time. The infected, not so much, but the stalker. That thing is going to find you wherever you go. And the thing I saw, well, it was worse than that. Much worse. You have to understand, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. Like an eye that couldn't actually see you, but still somehow knew your every move before you did. Somewhere underneath its flesh tendrils, it was like some part of it was still human. Not mutated exactly, but changed somehow. It knew our natures and turned them against us. We were hunted down with precision. The worst part is, the thing didn't even try and kill me. It tried to trap me. What it was going to do if it got me, I have no idea. Study me, body snatch me, strip me from parts. I don't know. God, I don't want to. The funny thing is, I thought I got lucky. I used my last grenade to stun it and managed to get away, but I was so focused on the eyes, I didn't see the infected right behind me. It bit right into my forearm. I know what I have to do. Please. Give my love to Emily. And don't let her hear this. I just needed to tell you all that thing is still out here. Don't let it find you. Don't let it find her.
Frank Barnes, and this is the Chronicle Evening News Report. Our top story tonight focuses on an accounting firm reviving failing businesses across the Pale Haven region. Following the development boom in the area about a decade ago, many local businesses struggled to make ends meet as more and more residents moved to Fairview and other nearby metropolitan sectors. Enter Comer & Sons, an accounting firm with branches all over the country. The company set its sights on Pale Haven late last year. Since then, a number of businesses on the brink of death have suddenly found themselves with a second chance at life. In the words of one local entrepreneur, the way they move money around and found more in my bottom line is nothing short of a miracle. It hasn't been all sunshine for local enterprise, however. Several fires have broken out at businesses across town in the past month, and it is suspected that an arsonist is responsible. While most of these fires have caused only minor property damage, they have resulted in 16 injuries and 2 deaths. The Pale Haven Police Department announced an investigation into the string of incidents earlier this week. In the meantime, Comer & Sons have generously lent out members of their staff to fill in at affected businesses while employees recover from their injuries. Hello, I'm Frank Barnes, and this is the Chronicle Evening News Report. Our top story tonight focuses on an accounting firm reviving...
I don't like it.
And you think I do? I don't want to send anyone out there unless we must, but we're well beyond that point. We know someone is out there watching us. You really just want to let that go.
We don't know someone is watching us. Yeah, we've lost a couple of scouts on the edge of town, but have you seen all the crazy shit out there? Anything could have happened to them. It doesn't mean we're being watched.
So now you're against me too? Why don't you remind me who sent those scouts out there in the first place?
The situation is different now. We've lost too many people outside the safe zones. And none of the surviving scouts have found anything worth going after.
And what about the lights? Just beyond the ridge, huh? And what about the cameras? The coded messages? None of that is worth investigating anymore.
Okay, let's assume someone's out there. If they're hostile, the best thing we can do is steer clear. There's enough death here already. If they're friendly, the last thing we want to do is make their job harder. Do you really think the army's gonna find it easier to pick us up in the middle of the woods? We've got safe houses here. Food, supplies, the works.
Exactly. Our best bet is to hold out here. You want to keep people alive? This is how we do it.
You don't understand. Neither of you do. Whatever's out there is bigger than all of us. There is no holding out here. Not forever. Pushing beyond the edge of town is our only option. We find the Watchers or die.
I'm sorry, Hal, but we've already voted. All... I don't like...
Incoming convoy, can you repeat? Where are your survivors? No one's here, Sergeant. When I got to the rendezvous point, they were all gone. What do you mean gone? Were they KIA? Negative, sir. No infected were here either. None on the road at all. Go ahead and tell me your coordinates, Private. The survivors radioed me 20 minutes ago. They should be there. Coordinates checked and verified, sir. I haven't spotted a living thing in the vicinity. It's like everything all vanished. Copy that, Private. Return to base as soon as you can. I read a similar report from another convoy 20 clicks north of your position. Keep your eyes peeled. Do you copy, Private? I said, do you copy, Private? Yes!
I've been going over my records again and again, and I still don't understand it. All right, Molly. over it one more time. When I first detected the mystery signal, it could be heard under every other frequency on the radio. It still happens intermittently, but it seems to disappear from most stations now whenever I tune in. It sounds crazy, but it feels like the signal is alive somehow. It doesn't want me to find it. Well, the joke's on that frequency then, because I like a good challenge. I decided to boost my receiver a bit, just to see if I could access other frequencies, short or long wave. I'm pretty sure I managed to pick up something from Europe, but no dice on the signal I was looking for. It wasn't present on any of these new stations, which seemed to indicate it had something to do with our local area.
This way. With the consent of the Kesey Psychiatric Hospital Board, I, Dr. Jonathan Langstrom, hereby release Mr. Jeffrey Comer from our charge. During his 10 years in this facility, Mr. Comer has undergone drastic behavioral changes and has come out a changed man. When he first arrived at our facility, Mr. Comer was but a young lad suffering from insomnia, delusions, and crippling paranoia. All three of these conditions seem to stem from some sort of childhood trauma. Several drug cocktails were used over the years in an attempt to help the patient overcome these issues. When these failed, shock treatment was used. Unfortunately, the constant use of shock therapy only served to aggravate Mr. Comer's conditions. Mr. Comer's conditions began to improve about 2 years ago, following therapy sessions with our new psychologist. And this, combined with the introduction of new drug options in the intervening years, allowed Mr. Comer to finally come to his senses. In the past 6 months, Mr. Comer has exhibited only one brief psychotic episode. Since then, he has shown remarkable control over his conditions, and I am more than happy to reaffirm my belief that Mr. Comer is now cured. As such, he has been deemed fit to re-enter society. I offer him my heartfelt congratulations and wish him the very best of luck.
I don't want to leave. I'm only doing this because the others on the council leave me no choice. It doesn't matter what I say. They won't listen to reason. Damn fools.
I know you've had your struggles with the council, Hal, but we have a life here now. Maybe if you just give them a little more time, they'll come around. And we could work things out.
I gave them time, Alice. 2 months to listen to me, to see what is happening around us, but they refuse to open their eyes. How can they not see that things aren't getting any better? If anything, they're getting worse.
How can you say that? 2 months ago, half the town didn't have power and most of us were starving. 1 month ago, we didn't even know each other. Look me in the eye and tell me you seriously believe things aren't getting better.
You aren't seeing the big picture. Every day, people arrive, and each person that does brings us one mouth closer to starvation, and that's not gonna change anytime soon. With mass starvation and no ammo, the barriers are never gonna be enough to hold off the infected. Do you call that living, Alice? Waiting out the clock just to die a little later?
How?
I tried. I really did. This place, the council's turning into something else that I can't be a part of any longer.
What are you saying exactly?
From the beginning, I said there was only ever one way out of this. Someone is doing this to us, or at least someone is watching it all happen. I've seen the evidence. You've seen it too. No one's backing me up, so...
So you're gonna do it yourself? Be a tough guy, leave everything you have here behind.
Not everything. Come with me, Alice. You know as well as I do that we gotta find out who the Watchers are. Haven't we all suffered enough at their hands? Don't...